A difficult economic year with the COVID-19 pandemic compounded with a rise in anti-Asian hate. Chinatowns across Canada are banding together to say they need help from governments.
I think prior to the pandemic, the family as a whole would have been much more sad to see the restaurant go, but because it's been such a struggle the last year, it's almost like we just want, we'd rather have a quick and painless sort of end.
One of Edmonton's first Vietnamese restaurants, King Noodle House, announcing they're listing their building for sale. Linda Huang says the restaurant saw a 70% decline in sales this past year, and her parents deciding it's time for retirement.
Pandemic certainly accelerated their retirement plans. And because of that, none of the kids or none of the siblings were really in a position where we could say, well, we'll take it over.
But they're not alone. Edmonton's Chinatown lost upwards of 20 businesses this past year, feeling overlooked by different levels of government and developers.
For Edmonton Chinatown, we're talking about surviving. For decades, Chinatown is already seen by the public as a vanishing and degrading destination.
Joining Chinatowns from 6 different cities in calling for government to recognize the historical significance of Chinatowns and invest in communities facing complex needs, often in close proximity to inner city supportive services.
Chinatowns only exist because they were born and created out of racism, right? That Chinese and other Asian Canadians could not settle or safely work in other neighborhoods.
Hoping that through a difficult year, government will come together and look for concrete plans to revitalize Chinatowns by talking to communities.
Last night, as I was walking back from the Senate to Chinatown, I encountered somebody who gave me the finger, presumably because I was Chinese, I don't know for sure, but clearly the kind of hate that we see that has gone up since COVID-19 is very distressing.
And hoping it moves fast to show businesses and community there is opportunity and these cultural hubs are valued.
To make it this destination in the community, and I really think that can happen in Chinatown. Just unfortunately with the pandemic, we aren't able to sort of stick around long enough to see that happen.
For King Noodle House, they'll keep serving Edmontonians until they find someone to buy their building, hoping that someone believes in Chinatown as much as they do. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.